Heidi ho, my peeps. I'm feeling wonderful today. Today is a beautiful day. It's sunny outside, blue sky now, but I can see the next set of storms rolling in from the west over there. Wow, last night was something else. I mean, that water just came down for hours, loud. I guess they didn't have as much in the valley, but up here in the hills, it was just rocking and rolling. Then we had a little thunderstorm, well, actually probably several thunderstorms that rolled through in the early morning hours. So, you know, Grant and I lay there in bed and we listened to the thunder and we watched the lightning and we talked, and it was just so invigorating. It was really great. So I had a nice night. My friend Nancy Velvet Rose, who lives further up the hill than I do, quite a bit further, I guess they had as much or more water, plus their winds were a lot higher than ours. We had winds, but it wasn't knocking over trees. At least I don't think so. I haven't gone out to check. But yeah, so they were actually warned by you know, their local weather people that they should just stay inside for the morning because there were a lot of downed trees on roadways and things like that. So, Nancy, I hope you are staying inside on this day after your birthday. So I've got fun things planned today. I'm going to bake. I'm going to bake up a storm. I'm going to make cornbread for my mother, the kind where I put the turmeric and the ginger gratings into the cornbread. She loves it when I make it like that. So I'm going to make that for her. And then tonight I'm doing something fun and new. I'm going to go visit with my cousin, Joe. He got married, I guess, maybe close to 2 years ago now. It was definitely last year sometime. And I haven't met his wife yet or her family, and I'm really looking forward to that. I haven't seen Joe in a while. It's been a few years. It was at a funeral or something. It was probably the last time I saw him. But he's part of my mom's family that I would really like to reconnect with. His father lives with him, and his father's sister, my other aunt, live with Joe. So, you know, a chunk of my family is living down there, and so I think it's time to go see him. I was invited to a Walking Dead party tonight, see, so that's what we're doing. But before hanging out watching Walking Dead, his wife wanted to make dinner, and I asked if there's anything I could bring, and he said, how about dessert? And I thought, you know, I have got all this junk lying around that I'd like to use up and give away. Chocolate sauce, you know, fruit fillings for cakes. I mean, all sorts of stuff that I didn't want to throw it away because it's all still good. And so this way I can make a bunch of desserts, just take them over, have them wrapped for the freezer. It's like, you guys want to open them tonight and eat? Great. If not, stick them in your freezer. You got something for the next time somebody comes over. So I think that's going to be my my kind of hostess gift, is just several cakes and some cupcakes and junk like that. So I'm going to be cooking today. I'm not feeling too worried about like not eating what I cook, because in the universe of desserts and goodies, baked goods like cakes and cupcakes and things are kind of down lower on my list of stuff that I would crave or I would lose control around. I do lose control around cornbread, so that I'm not going to take any of that to tonight's party. That's going to my mom's first. But yeah, that other stuff is not that big of a deal, particularly when it's like a fruit base. So like if I did a pineapple upside down cake and a white cake that was, you know, layered with fruit fillings and a white frosting or something like that. That kind of stuff wouldn't tempt me anyway. So that is what I'm going to do today. I also want to show you, yep, more hats. I bet you thought I was done with hats. I mean, you know, winter's almost over. Who wants hats, right? Well, I don't know who wants hats, but I know I want to keep making hats. And so as I make them and I put them away for you know, on my online shop or doing craft shows and that sort of thing, I want to keep you guys up to date and show you what I've been doing. So I have 5 cotton hats to show you. I've switched from the wools and acrylics over to 100% cotton in summery colors. So in no particular order, here we go. Well, no, you know what? I think I'm going to show you the first one I made. That's what I'm going to do. Okay, so this is the first one I made, and it's in wonderful sea-looking kind of mermaidy colors. I really like this one. I think this one is darling. I'm going to get up close so maybe you can see the colors a little bit. Purples and blues and greens and stuff. My summer hats are going to have a lot of white or off-white or cream-colored accents. So there you go. Here's hat number 1. Then the next one I made had a little rolled brim, because I like to do the rolled brims as well as the little tam o' shanter style that I just had on. So this is the second one I made. Isn't this cute? Now these need to be, I need to not wash them, but what I do is I put them in warm water, swish them around a little bit, and then I take them out, I squeeze them out, and I just kind of let them just air dry. And that causes them to kind of crinkle, and it gives them a kind of a slightly stiffer texture. But that's what this one looks like. I just love these little rolled brims. I think they're so cute. Okay, so then I decided I needed another little tam o' shanter style, so I made this one. Now, incidentally, this top piece on here, that's the multicolor, I crocheted that maybe 10 years ago, and I put it away. And when I was looking through my yarns and stuff, bits and pieces of stuff, I found like 6 of these that I had just never done anything with. So some of them ended up as the top of the hat, and then they ended up like, I took them apart and made them for the band of the hat. So anyhow, I'm such a scrounge, I never throw out anything. So anyhow, this is this one in these colors. And this is kind of fun, sort of southwestern-y looking color scheme. I think it's really cute too. So that's hat number 3. Hat number 4, I did another little rolled brim. And I did it in sort of what reminds me of the desert. These are kind of desert colors. The sand and the kind of corally color and the sort of light turquoise or aqua. I think this is cute. I like the shape of this one too because it's kind of mushrooms here and then gets narrower along in there. I think that's really darling. I just love these. I haven't made one for myself yet that's like in my own sort of personal palette, but I think I'm going to. I think I need just like I needed my own special hat from the winter hats, I need my own special hat from the summer hats, something that I can wear around. So, and incidentally, working on these cotton hats was something that I had already planned, but one of my subbies had mentioned, she'd asked actually if I was going to make any cotton hats, and I said, well, you know what? As a matter of fact, I've already started. So this is the group so far. Now this is the one I just finished today. I like this one as well. Well, I like them all. Obviously, I wouldn't make them, right? But the reason I like this one is it kind of reminds me of ice cream. It has kind of an ice creamy color scheme. The white that you see in this really isn't white. It is, well, it's white, but it's got gray and black flecks. Oh, incidentally, the yarn that I didn't already have on hand, I eventually bought at Walmart. I had gone to Joann's for the brand called Sugar and Cream, which is kind of the brand everybody uses when they're making like the little washcloths and stuff. It was the original, but it was extremely expensive. But more than that, it felt weird. I mean, it was real stiff and scratchy, and it just didn't feel good. So I took it back. And then I went over to Walmart because I remembered they'd done a knockoff of that yarn, and they call it Peaches and Cream. That's what this stuff was. I mean, it was like half the price. And it just has a real nice, what they call hand. You know, it has a real nice feel when you're working with it. So anyhow, that's what I used. Except for these little pieces I showed you. Those are the actual Sugar and Cream, the original of this kind of yarn. And back in the day when I was working with it, this felt really wonderful. But the new stuff just doesn't feel good. So anyhow, this is this one. So there we go. New hats to show. I have a dilemma, and I haven't decided what to do, but if you hang on just a sec, I'm going to grab my dilemma and I'm going to show it to you. Okay, here's my dilemma. Right here. It's these two girls. Now, these are the girls my son dug out of the garbage, out of a dumpster behind a store, and brought home to me and said, well, Mom, I think you can use these. And I said, yes, I think I can too. And they're women of color, which is nice, but they're missing things. Like, she's missing all of her eyelashes. Her eyelashes are gone. Normally these had eyelashes to go with them. This one has one set of eyelashes, but the other set is missing. And so I thought, well, maybe what I'm going to do with these girls is I'm going to paint. This was my idea. I was thinking about painting this one black and this one white. And then on top of the black one, crackle painting a white cover, and then the opposite on top of the white one, crackle painting a black. So that we've got, you know, kind of both sets of skin tones kind of represented in my little girls. And then what I was going to have them do, of course, they're going to wear the hats, and their faces would be painted over if I did this. Their features would not be defined like they are now. And they would each be wearing a hat, and they would be, you know, in photos, and they would be talking to each other, kind of capping on each other, but, you know, still admiring one another's hat. I thought that would be funny. Okay, but you know what? The more I think about it, the more I think I like leaving them just the way they are, without, you know, without switching them. There's something about them that I just kind of like. I don't think I want to erase their personalities, if that makes any sense. So I think outside of cleaning them up and tearing off that piece of paper, I guess her name must be Eve, I don't know, I'm thinking about just more or less using them as is. So, and my dilemma is, what do you guys think? Do you think I should paint them and make them, you know, a little less like human looking, or do you like the personality that they have? So anyway, those are going to be my display, both for craft shows as well as props for the photographs for, you know, Etsy or whatever. So yeah, that's that. Today I was going to dye my hair again. I'm really feeling the purple. However, oh, I got something in it. I'm going to wait because tomorrow we have a family meeting with my mom's attorney, and I would like to get through that and be taken seriously on somebody else's terms. I want to be taken seriously on the other people in the meeting's terms. When that meeting is over, I'm probably going to come home and dye my freaking hair immediately. And then from then on out, I'll be willing to be taken seriously on my own terms and demand it regardless of what color my hair is. But yeah, so much hinges on getting this meeting done with and some things ironed out and figured out. Once that's over, then I'll feel like I can just kind of up and move forward with other things that I've been doing in my own life, including going to visit Abigail. I'm real excited about that. I will leave on Wednesday probably, and hang out with her until Saturday morning. Then I'm going to detour over to the Bay Area on my way home and stop and visit Leanne live. I want to drag her to that Daiso Japanese dollar store. They've got several in the Bay Area. They've got one up near where Abigail lives in Roseville, I guess. And then there's one very close to where Kaylin Cooper lives as well. So, you know, and I think there's also one near where Rosie O'Kelly lives. So I could just, you know, drive around California meeting all my YouTube friends and going to all the Japanese dollar stores. So if you haven't checked out Daiso, it's D-A-I-S-O. Look it up online or look it up on YouTube. People do hauls from Daiso all the time. It's the stuff is really cute. I mean, like, imagine an entire store of McDonald Land toys. I mean, that's kind of the little, they have cute little like containers and health and beauty stuff and all sorts of stuff. So, but it's for the Japanese market, so it's very different than, you know, what we would find in our Dollar Tree or our 99-cent stores or whatever. So I'm thrilled about that. However, I've been watching videos about manufacturing in China and how so much of it is done with child labor and, you know, essentially slave labor. The documentaries I've seen, I mean, and this is assuming they're telling the truth, and I'm sure they are, at least close to it anyway. They feature like there was a big factory that made all the McDonald Land toys, all the McDonald's toys, and they got popped for child labor. I guess they had little kids working long hours, just like we did here in the United States back at the turn of the century. And then people who work in these factories often work 12-hour days, 7 days a week. And then when the shift is over, they will often come back and work again and get a couple of hours sleep at night and then, you know, wake up and do their regular shift. I don't know how prevalent that still is. I'm going to guess it's still very prevalent. I mean, you know, somebody's got to make all this junk we're buying, right? And it's not, it can't all be done with robots. I mean, you need real people, and a whole hell of a lot of them to make as much stuff as we've got just in this country alone. So anyway, it makes me feel weird now about manufactured stuff. Just like doing this mask, this Gubu versus Guru mask collab that I'm doing with Cynthia. Her channel name is Old Broad. We've done, the second one's going to come out today. So if you haven't already seen it, go look at it. She's really educated me about cruelty-free products, and I'd never really, I mean, I'd known about it, but I'd never really kind of internalized what that might mean until recently. And it's making me less willing to participate. I mean, I want my participation footprint to be as small as possible when it comes to stuff that steps on other people's rights or livelihood or health, you know, and animals as well. I mean, God, that could be the topic of a whole video series, you know, the use of animals in human lives could be its whole deal, because I don't categorically object to it. I object to the methods by which it has been done, the cruel methods by which it has been done. And some things you can't help but be cruel about. There's no way to not be cruel about certain things that are done in the animal, you know, use industries. So I'm really, I don't know, I'm thinking about that stuff. I know that my abstention from, say, McDonald Land toys is not going to make anybody else's life any easier. It's only going to be an expression of my own emerging feelings. So what that means is I'm feeling a little bit about going to see this Daiso place, but I want to see it anyway. I'm not quite there yet. You know, I'm not quite at the, you know, I don't want to participate at all stage. Who knows if I'll ever get there? I don't know. But anyway, in the interest of being real, I'm just telling you how I feel. So I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be cool. What else? Oh, the dogs are acclimating really well. I think they're outside. We did manage to solve the problem with the little dog. She is staying in now. And my inflammation is just really behaving the past couple of days. I've been feeling really good. Little bit of twingy toe area where I'd had gout the last time. My ankles are a little stiff, a little bit painful. But you know, I rub either the cream that Carnation 038 sent me, that her friends make, or I use the BioFreeze that Lisbeth Stiles sent me, one or the other, several times a day, and that really, really helps. Someone else was mentioning something called, forgive me that I can't remember who it was. I mean, your name's on the tip of my tongue, but I can't quite recall. Mentioned something called Deep Blue, and someone else had told me about that earlier, so I may look into trying that as well. So all in all, overall, I'm feeling pretty darn good. I am having some struggles with food. My weight loss had slowed. I think I lost maybe a net total of 2 pounds in a 4-week period. That was bothering me. That's too slow. I need to lose at least 8 pounds a month to feel like I'm making adequate progress. So I decided to really take a good hard look at what I'm eating. I haven't done a lot of binging or eating things I'm not supposed to, drinking sodas, anything like that. But when I took a look at the volume of food that I'm continuing to eat and worked out how many calories that is, you know what? There are days I will eat well over twice as much food as I think I'm eating. So, and I figured that out by actually laying the food out on the counter for an entire day, counting out the chips and writing down the calories, counting out the nuts and the calories, the eggs, you know, the butter, the cracker, all the stuff that I thought I had a handle on, and, you know, measuring as I go. And I took a look at that volume of food, and I was like, I eat at least twice this. So what I'm doing now is in the morning or the night before, I will set up my food for the next day. I'll pour my half cup or a quarter cup of rice in a bowl, and I'll chop up my broccoli for the next day and any other vegetables that I'm going to be putting in my rice for that night if I'm having rice that night. I'll do my garbanzos in the refrigerator with the vinegar and the sliced up red onion and the other things that I put in them, because I always eat those cold out of the refrigerator, kind of marinated. So essentially I put it all together in Tupperware or whatever. And so I'm ready to go for the next day, and I don't have to think about it. I mean, I've got my 6 carrots already washed, you know, snapped in half and in a little dish. I've got my yogurt already in a little dish, measured out. Well, that's what I'm supposed to eat that day. And man, I tell you what, that is the way to do it. I don't even have to think about it. I don't even have to worry. It's like if I'm feeling, you know, hungry in the afternoon, I don't have to think, oh gosh, what did I eat today? have I had enough, you know, almonds? Have I had too many? I just go to the refrigerator and I take a little bit more out of the refrigerator, leaving the hot, whatever I have to do hot for that night. Like lately it's been a big old chunk of vegetables cooked with rice right in the water, and then I end up with a big pot of rice and vegetables that I of course share with my husband. He gets half, I get half, but you know, that ends up being about maybe 400 calories total. So I am trying to keep my calorie intake between 14 and 1500 calories a day right now, and I want to see if that will help to kind of move me forward a little bit at this point. I feel like I've done a lot of really hard work, and the hard work I've done is that I've switched, I'd say we're about 80% organic now, and I have made this new food wardrobe a habit. It's not, I don't have to think about it anymore. I have made the old tacky pieces of my food wardrobe, I have laid them aside, gotten rid of them, given them to the Goodwill, turned them into something else. I just don't use them anymore. And it's an automatic thing now. I automatically don't even have to think about, oh, can I eat this or not? I know if I can eat it or not. So that was huge. I mean, that took months to really embed in my behavior. So that was a big part of this. I feel like I'm moving to the next part where now that I'm getting kind of the base of my healthy behavior worked out, now I need to move to the weight loss part of it, which is what I'm doing now. Paying more attention to food volume, making certain I'm still getting enough nutrients across my nutritional needs, taking my vitamins, drinking a lot of water, drinking my anti-inflammatory tea, drinking green tea, blah, 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 doing all of that stuff. But now I'm feeling a lot more motivated to move into the weight loss part of this, and far more prepared to move into the weight loss. Yes, I still have cravings. Yes, I still have accidents with food, but they're minor and they're manageable, if you know what I mean, and they're less and less frequent. So that's where I am on my LifeGain. I am feeling optimistic, hopeful, satisfied, very nervous for the future of our country. I hate to talk politics because, I mean, just from my little 1,000 subscribers, I know that we've got everybody from, you know, rabid liberals to rabid conservatives and everything in between. I'm sort of an amalgam of those two sides. I wouldn't call myself middle of the road. I pick from here and there and everywhere. I've cobbled together my own political beliefs, but which don't matter really to you. But I gotta say, from the choices that it looks like we're gonna have, how do we get here? How did we get to this point? I don't know. So, I guess that old Chinese curse, may you live in interesting times, is pretty much coming true for the country. So we'll see just how interesting the times get. So, on that note, I am going to say goodbye. I gotta go bake shit. So I'll talk to you guys later.